Call Scott, a seller that is trying to find a rental for his current tenant because he doesn't want to kick her out. Neither do we, but we're buying this house and she has to leave. She's only paying $550 a month for a property that's worth $1,250 a month. So our buyer definitely wants to get her out of there so he can up the rent. He will buy it with her in it, but I don't even want that either because he's just gonna kick her out. Like, we're trying to give her enough time to like find a place that fits and not, you know, put her in a corner. But at the same time, it's like, the seller needs to help us explain to the tenant, like, hey, we're looking for a place, like we need to be a little flexible here because you got to be out by this date. Because what happens in these situations is everybody procrastinates, especially these sellers with their tenants who have good incentive, like they have a good heart. Like, this guy's got a good heart. He doesn't want to see her like get taken advantage of. He doesn't want to kick her out, but he's actually hurting the process and hurting the tenant by not giving her enough time to find a place. Like, as of right now, she's got 2 full months to find a place. But if he keeps pushing this any longer, it might come to the closing day. Our buyer buys it with her in there and gives her a 30-day notice and then evicts her. Like, that's a way worse situation. Like, she's got enough time. Let's just be open and honest with her. You're selling the property. Like, let me help you find a place. You know, it's like, it's so frustrating because like I care about these people too. And it's like the best thing to do is tell them as soon as humanly possible that you're selling it so we can get them a place. Like, putting it off doesn't help anybody. Anyway, Scott's a good guy, good heart. He just needs to move this process along so we can close.
Hey, Tony.
Hey, Scott, how you doing, bud?
Doing good. How you doing?
Fantastic. How was Miami?
Very busy. Very heavy traffic is my last impression of it.
Yeah, probably a little different than your town, huh?
My country, and I tell you, we stayed up south of Lauderdale in like Hollywood Beach area.
Yeah, nice area.
Literally 5 minutes from the air, and there was hardly little to no traffic there at all. We stayed. They said 100 steps to the beach. I'm like, yeah, that means a half mile probably.
Yeah.
100 steps. We were right on the beach.
Dang.
It was kind of nice. Well, we went down through Miami to go to the Everglades the first day we were there, and then spent a couple of days in Hollywood after that, and then went down and watched the Duke game. Ate in Little Havana, I guess they call it.
Yeah.
And wife wanted to get a Cuban sandwich, a real, authentic, and we did. And pulled up GPS, hour and 15 minutes to get to Coral Gables, which is 15 miles away.
Oh boy.
I'm like, well, that can't be right. And now they were dead on. It was an hour and 15 minutes.
Dang.
The only good, I told my son, I said, rental SUV, and just kind of, Terry, she was looking everywhere, and like, hey, look at this, look at that. I'm like, I'm going to hit somebody if I do this. A Lamborghini pulls up beside me, and then a McLaren passed on the other one, and I'm like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, you're in a different world down there.
Completely.
How was the Everglades? I'd never done anything like that.
That's the first time we've been in that national park. It was neat because, well, it was just because it was all alligators, and we didn't see any snakes out in the wild, which is good because I'm not a snake fan. But saw alligators really close, and a bunch of birds. I'm not a bird fan. Baby alligators, big alligators, and everything.
Did they feed them or anything? Was it like
and then we did take an airboat ride. It was in the Everglades, but on like a private alligator farm.
Yeah. And
they had like 250 of them. Yeah, they were feeding them dead rats. And then he did his little display where he got on his back and held him and showed him how they used to tie him up, when they would try to capture a gator or something. And I'm like, I don't know what they're paying you, but it ain't enough.
They're a different breed down there in Florida.
Yeah. But I'm guessing you have no life insurance because nobody's going to cover you. So.
I always say, you should have to be required to have a passport to visit Florida because it's a completely different world down there.
It is. No, that's fact.
Cool. Well, I'm glad you guys had fun. The wife never got the flu. You never gave it to her?
No, you know what? She did, and she immediately, I think it was Sunday night, bad Monday, she went in and got some steroids or something from the doctor, and she tested negative for anything, but she had the symptoms I had, and it was just early, but that was on Monday. She got it, and we flew out Saturday, and she was okay. She was fine. Both of our ears kind of got messed up flying, and I'm guessing that was just because of the flu and the head stuff. But yeah, both of us felt fine. And of course, the sunshine and everything, that sure helps. So.
Dang, that's great, man. What a good trip.
Yeah. How'd yours go? You went Friday to Sunday, didn't you?
Dude, I ended up having to cancel that trip.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, I just because I was sorry, somebody was asking me something. Because I was already off for a week because I had the flu. I was way too backed up, and
Gotcha.
to fly across the country for just a couple of days and fly back, it just wasn't in the cards, unfortunately. But that's all right. I travel enough. I can cancel one here and there.
Sure.
So.
Got to see our Duke game down in Miami. That was good. That was fun. We had like 10 rows behind the bench, seats were, and that was pretty cool. Getting to see them get in timeouts, and just it was really neat. I don't know how many people the arena holds, but it was literally half full. And so if there was I don't know 7,000 people there, I bet you 4,000 and maybe 5,000 were Duke fans.
They travel well,
Miami
huh?
Sucks. So yeah, they do travel well, but Miami's terrible. So that's kind of why I said I bet you'll see more Duke fans here than you will in Miami. And sure enough, we did. It was kind of crazy.
Yeah, is that primarily why you went down there? Was for the game?
It was. She looked over to get to Florida through the winter. It was one thing, but for a Christmas present, she just looked where Duke was playing. Tickets are ridiculous in Durham like last night's game or Saturday night for Florida State. She looked at that one just to go to Durham. Tonight they play Wake Forest at home, and I think tickets are $300 or $400 a piece just because it's a little arena. They're 25-3 right now, so everybody's going to them.
They know they're going to sell out.
Yeah, big time. Yeah, they sell out. We're
Cool.
thinking about going in Charlotte. They play the ACC tournament. We're talking about going the first or second grade, or it'd be their first or second game. They got a double bye coming up. We're talking about going down there, but I don't know that one off or not.
Yeah.
I'm in the mode right now, but if I see the prices of everything, I might get out of the mode real quick. So.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't have to go. It's all right.
Yeah, you just watch it on TV.
Yeah, that's right.
Sometimes it's better. You get the HD, get the replays. You can actually see what's going on.
It's true.
Cool. Well, man, I wanted to touch base and see how we're doing. If you talked to your buddy with those rentals and got any feedback from him.
I have not reached him at all, and I'm just kind of giving up on him, because I'm not sure he still has my number from down there. The one, but he's never called back to see who actually left him a couple. No, I haven't. That was what it was. I thought maybe we were going to go this past weekend, just check on the house and stuff. I was just going to swing in there and talk to him, but we ended up not going down. Just got back saying,
okay.
I think my only pitch to her is that one in town, and our monies, whatever we find, do a final agreement on what we're going to help her out with.
Sure.
At least she's got an option. I mean, I'm still feeling very bad, but at the same time, she's not one of my kids. I don't know. I guess.
Yeah, I mean, at some point you gotta worry about yourself too. It's like I think you've given her a hell of a deal for a long time, which is a blessing. But at some point, if it doesn't make dollars, it don't make sense at some point. No matter how nice you are, and
I know it's just gonna suck calling her and telling her that here we go, and so
yeah. Again, I think we got enough time. I mean, especially if she knew a closing date, which I think on this one was she's got plenty of time. We don't have to close until May 5th. So she's got 2 full months to prepare, and it's you might as well get her involved of calling around and looking for a spot too. And she works for a property management company. It's maybe something pops up that's a sublease or something that makes sense for her.
Right. Yeah, I need to make that call this week and just say, so it is May 5th then is when we're talking?
It's on or before May 5th.
Okay. Okay.
Did you get a call from the title company yet?
I don't.
Okay. They have
I know of.
They have everything. They probably won't reach out to you until it's closer to the closing date anyway. But you might get a call from the title company, just a heads up, because they got all we gave them the information for you on the close.
Okay.
But yeah, it's on or before May 5th. If we can do it sooner, great. If not, I mean, at least she's got 2 months to find a place, and we got 2 months to figure out how we can help, whether that's paying deposit first month, last month, or helping her, with movers or whatever she needs,
And is the guy still got the one in town?
I can reach back out to him. I think he was finishing up the rehab on it. So I don't think it was even ready, but it's going to be ready before May 5th. So, that could be a good transition. It's going to be, basically brand new inside.
Right, yeah, and if you can get from him, if he wants to release it, I know when we're working on him, I don't tell anybody about it because I don't want 25 people coming in while I'm working on it and messing, But if he doesn't care, to give the address where we could tell her, hey, here's where it's at in Birdstown. This is the one that'll be open. This is one option that we found, and we're searching like crazy, that kind of thing for her. We can just see, and maybe she'll find something else that's better for her, and that'd be fine too. So.
Right. Yeah, I mean, with so few rentals down there, it's like, do you just hop on the first one that makes sense or wait? It's like, it seems slim pickings, but
it is.
Is that because there's not a lot of people looking for rentals? There's not enough demand, or like, what do you think?
It's because the rent's cheap, and for him to get, what was it, $800?
Yeah.
You said? That's the highest rent I've ever heard in Birdstown of anything. That's not an Airbnb, because you kind of get the lakefront, $500,000 houses or $750,000 houses that are right on the lake, or you kind of get in town and there's $75,000 houses then, and if you buy one of them, you're going to rent them for $500 a month, $550 a month, and, so there's not. I don't think there's a big market, number one, and number two, it's just that it's not there's a whole lot of welfare down there too, so they just don't make enough money to be paying big rents for anything. So
that makes sense, and it's rural too. You get outside of Birdstown, even the town itself is tiny.
Very small. Yeah, very small.
But you get out in the outskirts, it's like, how many properties are even going to be rentals out there?
Yeah, right.
Well, I wonder what, that's a good point. We'll get the address from him, because maybe it's in a different location, and that's why he's looking for that. But we'll know more once we get that. So let me work on that. Let me see if and when it's available.
Yeah.
Let me see if he can do any better on that rent too. I'll ask him that, and then I'll get the address.
And I've got bank record I could send him to show, of course, she's perfect pay. She has been. She deposits into my bank account down there. So if he needs proof of that, I can do that.
Okay.
I don't really want to, but I could. But or I could do a VOR for him or something.
Yeah, I think he did mention, like, as long as she passes the application. So he might ask for some type of rent roll to help the process, but I don't know if that's necessary.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, well, let me check with him, and maybe you can chat with her. And when should we chat again? Tomorrow, Wednesday?
As soon as you get the address, let me know, and that way that'll just give me a little more to give her,
Okay.
Just, and I'm going to kind of approach it as, and I'm not going to blame you guys, but I'm just going to say, I started this thing just as an exploratory thing, and I was actually working when I did it, and they went, and it's I had no intention of selling it. Actually, an offer that I'm not going to be able to turn. I'm not going to say you forced me to sell it because you didn't. So
Well, why don't you tell her too? I think instead of like approaching it negatively, I think I would say to her, hey, like, I sold the property, I'm under contract, the new buyers coming in are super willing to understand your situation and are definitely willing to help financially, and they're trying to look for another place for you that makes sense. They have this one at this address at this price, if that makes sense for you. Hopefully we can all work together on finding a place, and the buyers actually said they're willing to help you financially with deposit, first month's rent, whatever you need to help you on the move. I think that's a better approach to her, because I want her to know we're here to help,
Right, yeah, and monetarily we're going to help you out, just because it was unexpected to put in to help you out too. The same as she'll I'm guessing she's going to probably pay rent today or tomorrow. I'll probably just start holding on to April's, or if I get it, I'll just, write it back out to her then when she gets ready to move or something. So.
Well, you're a saint, Scott. I can tell you really care about these people, and so do we. So I think we're all on the same page here. And well, again, we all make a living. We all work really hard, as you do as well. And this is a business. So. All right, my friend. Well, I'll do my work on my end, and I'll leave
that address, and then as soon as you get it, holler at me, or you can even just text it to me, and then I will make that call to her and let her know, here's where we're at. I'm dreading the call, but I've made worse in my life, so.
Yeah, and I think I think it's better to do it now when she still has 60 days before the close, where it gives us all enough time to work together. Where it's like if we waited another month or 6 weeks, then it puts her in a corner. Then that would be a way tougher call. So.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, by the way, it's April 20th, and you got to be out in about 20 days from now. So.
Yeah. Cool. Well, we'll get this done, man. She'll be fine. I think a lot of it's in your head too, Scott, of shit, what's gonna happen? How's she gonna react? But I think telling her we're helping her financially, and we got these other places that are remodeled, she has time to make a decision. I don't think it's gonna be that bad.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. That's what my son said. He goes, and you hate to say it, is you own the house, you get to do with it what you want. I'm like, no, that's true. But
of course.
But it is she ain't going to eat me, so I guess that's a good thing. So.
Yeah. All right, buddy. Well, thanks, man. I'm glad you had fun on your vacation, and I'll text you here today or tomorrow when I get this info, and we'll chat after that.
Okay, that sounds like a plan.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
Tony, appreciate it. Yeah, thank you.
Yep. Bye. So this guy, we got him under contract, and then he literally called less than a week later wanting to cancel. And he freaked out on everybody, and then I got him on the phone. We talked for about a half hour, and I understood his worry after that. I didn't know why he was trying to cancel. We all agreed to everything. But it turns out, once I started digging into it, he just really cares about his tenant. He was scared to tell her he was selling it. He was scared because it's in a small town. He's like, I don't want to be known as, a landlord that kicks people out, And I'm like, dude, this is just a business. So I've been talking to him twice a week now for the last 3 weeks probably. And we got really good rapport now, obviously. And I think he understands we're here to help too, and we're not, a bunch of assholes just trying to make people homeless. And our buyer who's buying the properties on board, he has a rental that he's gonna offer to this lady at a discount. She says she can move into, and it's fully remodeled. A couple $100 more a month than she pays now, but she's paying grossly under market rent. She has for a long time. So, hopefully she's appreciative. She's been paying under market rent, and she doesn't freak out when she knows she has to move out. The last thing I want is to sell this place tenant occupied to our buyer, and then he has to kick her out. It's let's give her enough time where she's got 2 months before the close right now, 2 months and 2 days. That's plenty of time for us, the buyer, the current landlord, and the tenant to find a spot that works for her. And we can all work together to get her moved, give her money, whatever it takes. So yeah, save the deal. It's already assigned, all earnest money's in. We filed a memo on it too. We're gonna double close to make it nice and seamless for everybody, and hopefully get this thing done before May 5th, but on May 5th, we should get a nice paycheck on this one. What's up, guys? Tony Mont here. Thanks for watching my video. Hopefully you're getting a ton of value out of it. If you guys want to learn more, join my Wholesale Hustle Academy. The link is in the description. We meet every Wednesday night for 2 hours on a live Zoom. I answer any questions. I train on marketing, acquisitions, dispo, transactions, and everything in between. So if you need help, you need a community, and you need support, join the Wholesale Hustle Academy, and I'll see you guys at the top.